Hi guys, we just wanted to take a minute and say a little words before we show you the next video. So we finished the part 2 of the overhaul, and
it was a lot of work
for you at least.
Yeah,
mostly,
but you also had some small projects whenever you could.
Yeah,
so you
I
also
try
got
to help
some
out whenever I can. I can't do much, but I try to help out with what I can. And other than that, my very important role is also to make snacks, cook dinner, make sure the kids are okay.
Yeah.
And all that stuff.
And if you're interested in hearing why Kane can't do more, we're gonna do next time. We're gonna do some Q&A and tell a little about your disease.
Yeah, we had some. We mentioned my disease a few times, but we never really said what it is. So we thought we would do an introduction so you can get a better idea about who am I and who are Torben and our kids and what are we doing with this project. I mean,
yeah, and then we got a lot of very nice questions, so we want to share with you our answers.
We got some emails and people asking us different things, and we thought maybe we'll just do a Q&A and answer some of those questions for those of you who want to know a bit more about us.
But that's next time. For now, we're gonna finish the project list.
It works out really well, I think.
Yeah.
And we hope you enjoy it. And at the end, please remember to subscribe. And remember to give us a like and a thumbs up. And we really appreciate all the support we get. So
yeah, enjoy.
Have fun. In our adventures, we want to make as small a footprint on nature as possible. Energy-wise, we see two possible ways: to use less energy or produce more green energy. As we are too comfortable to give up our freezer, TV, water maker, and all those other power-consuming luxuries, we decided to produce more. Therefore, we installed 6 100-watt of Sunbeam's new solar panels that has the advantage that they work even if in partial shade or if sun comes from a low angle. Another good thing is that we can walk on them and could therefore install them on the deck. We plan to add more solar panels later, but also other energy sources like a hydro generator. If there's one thing that can make everybody drop what they have and clean up the boat, it's when I make hot dogs.
Og lidt til. Sådan der, så prøver vi at stoppe det et øjeblik.
Og far, kig også, hvor meget jeg har hivet.
Det er fint, vi skal hæve lige så meget på den sorte.
Nej.
There are two ways to connect the solar panels. You can connect them in parallel or in series. Parallel connection add up the amps, and series add up the voltage. Normally, you get more power out of connecting them in series, but that also has the disadvantage that if one panel are in the shade, it reduces the entire series power production. Because we install ours on the deck, there will be shade from ropes, sails, and other things, and we therefore chose to parallel connect the 6 panels, so if one is in shade, the rest will still produce max power. But this setup requires some bigger cables due to the higher amps. To control the power output, we installed a MPPT tracker. And finally, we put in a fuse to prevent overload. Yeah, so the TV is running and the water heater is running and what more?
Fridge.
Fridge is running, freezer's running, the internet box is open and
We have 230 volt.
230 volts.
AC
is
power is on. The inverter's working. Everything's running. Right now we only have a. Oh, it's balancing. We are charging the batteries.
And we are charging the batteries. Yay! And now we're gonna install 5 of these bad boys. And all projects needs a big amount of thinking and planning before you begin, as you can tell. First, we have to remove the old batteries. We bought the new batteries with exact measurements to fit 3 of them into the existing box, and then we'll build another box to fit the rest. And when installing the new batteries, we also changed the cables to new ones. We start by building the box in plywood, and on a boat nothing is straight, so everything is custom made.
You want to leave this place where we grew up, this old town, just put it all behind. Remember you.
We then add fiberglass to the wood to make it stronger.
We were kids, so we could see and hear the water run.
We start by cutting all the pieces of fiberglass. Then we mix the epoxy in small batches so it doesn't cure too fast, one by one as we use it.
As a wave passing by, leave a mark in our marks to turn to memories. The river's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. The river's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. The river's gonna cry.
The rest is like paper mache. You just glue the pieces onto the wood by saturating it with epoxy. How rude. Normally, I'm not that rude, but he caught me off guard and I was sweating like a pig. It was 30 degrees outside and he put the camera right in my face. That wasn't very nice. Because of my condition and pain, I can't help with many projects, but I do try to do what I can. As mixing chemicals or a small paint job, priming the box with epoxy primer to make sure it's waterproof.
Watch the river run, and the sun would always shine. When we sat there, you and I, the river's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone.
And then it's time to finish up the hull. After grinding it all down, we add 2 layers of epoxy primer to make sure we have a good surface that the anti-fouling will stick to. Because of the very warm summer we have this year, we bought the epoxy primer in 1-liter buckets instead of a big one, so we could mix only 1 liter at a time and not have it curing too fast.
you want to leave this place where we grew up, this old town, just leave it all behind. The river's gonna cry when you're gone.
To make sure the anti-fouling binds to the primer, we added the first layer on top of the epoxy before it's fully dried, and then the second layer. We added 2 coatings of Mil Extra to the hull. In total, we used more than 20 liters of epoxy and 15 liters of anti-fouling. To be able to work on the underside of the keel, we arranged with the manager of the marina that we could hang in the crane while working on the keel. To keep the man on his best behavior moving ever, Sebastian decided to co-pilot, just to keep an eye on things. Doing boat work in Lynes Marina was a great experience. We really recommend a visit, and it's not our last. It has everything you want, even really nice helpful people, free breakfast on weekends, and amazing beaches. The keel looked like no work had been done since it left the factory 17 years ago. It really needed some heavy work. In Denmark, we traditionally have a lot of old wooden boats, and while we were hanging in the crane, one of these boats visited the marina and stayed next to us. It's really interesting to watch them keep up the old tradition with oars and broad sails. Thank you for watching, and please remember to subscribe and give us a like. Until next time!